Go need it. Hey, I really need it, and also I need division. I do not know long division. Like, babe, I thought I had it. I thought it's not for you. God has bigger plans. Time is not on my side. I'm like late.
Whew. Manyai, Lizwil, Awanaxatswile Vanavaka Haye. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Ooh, it's been a while, but I'm here, I'm back, and yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing quite good. So, more this video, but not really like gossip. But you are getting to know me, right? I'm gonna tell you about myself, etc. But it won't be boring, I hope. So yeah, but I'm also gonna be doing makeup. Disclaimer, a huge disclaimer. I'm not a makeup artist, sis. I am not. Answer. So if you're a makeup artist, go to other YouTubers, not me, Sana, because now I'm still learning makeup, but get us from time to time, and it's not bad. I go out in public, but I'm not sure where I wanna be. So can you learn from me? I don't know. So let's get into it. Before we do that, I'm giving myself 20 minutes. So if this video is longer than 20 minutes, just know the girl was late, because I'm already late. The event is starting at 8:30. It's 8 o'clock. I'm still at home. But I have this thinking that it's gonna start late, and also I'm gonna be there the entire day. And it's not like I'm really the business person. I'm going anyways. We are there to learn. So some of the marketing students are going to the Santon Convention Center for an expo, whatever. Our lecturer said we should go, so I'm going there, and hopefully we'll learn. I'll get to network, to meet people, and yeah. So I just want to look a little cute. I haven't applied makeup this year, so this is my first time. So please, it's March. Hakisotasi makeup ever since this year began. Yeah, I was say silly guy. You can do better, honey. Like, you can literally do so much better. Yeah, so let's get into it. Before Kibama, I wanted to play music, but I thought, man, it won't be nice. So yeah, if you cannot see these products, I'll just insert pictures of the products I used in the end of the video, right? So yeah, so who am I? Bitumelo Lebusha. I'm 22 years. I'm a student at the University of Johannesburg, and I'm an aspiring business owner. Can't say what kind of a business, but literally an aspiring business owner. I study business, and yeah. So that was not my first choice, right? Now, straight out of high school, I wanted to go into hospitality. I wanted to go to Capsicum, something like that, culinary school or school of hospitality. I don't remember, but it's in Rosebank. That's where I wanted to go. But then, because of finances, I didn't show you that product. Oh, Sana, I can multitask. Essentially, I cannot. So it's the Maybelline Fit Me. This is the girl everybody uses, you see. So that's where I wanted to go, but ended up not going. I did apply. I got accepted, but I didn't have funding, right? So you application, I think it was 1,000 to apply, and then you also pay the registration. So I got stuck by registration. I couldn't get enrolled because of that, right? Okay, Shapo. I matriculated in 2020, right? So in 2021 I applied, I got accepted, but I couldn't start because of finances, right? Then 2021 I took a gap year, right? So a quick I can say but something I think you should know so that you can understand. My dad lived with us until I was in primary school, and then Hakia High School he separated. Like, yeah, he left and went to live at a different place, and that means he stopped supporting us financially. So he was working at UJ, right? So then fine, 2021 my grandmother came, my mom's dad, ne, at the other side, at Lukisa. I don't remember why she came, but she came this side, and then she came to our house, like go high, and then she was like, let's go to UJ and ask HR hore bang enroll, like bakope HR hore this man, my dad, unsupported but unkenye school, right? So why did she do that? In South Africa, if your parent works for a public university, right? If they're employed by the university, not like private entities or that partner with the university, no. So for instance, if I work at Wits, yes, and I am working for Wits, I'm not a cleaner for maybe a different company and then we go and work for Wits. No, if I'm employed by Wits and at Wits, then my children can go to school. Like they can, Wits will pay for them. They can apply go Wits, bakene skolo. I can also learn while working for the institution. So what do we call that? We call that a study consent, right? So if ever I hear you asking, are you not funded? Why are you living at home? Baby girl, I do not have a bursary. They only pay for your fees. They don't buy your textbooks. They don't pay for res. None of that. Only fees, right? So Gogo are no, let's go. That. And then we went with my mom in 2021. And then I applied. Smooth. I went in. So when I applied for 2 courses. It was hospitality and business management, right? Fine, we applied, and then for hospitality, I was on the waiting list. For business management, I was accepted. So the people who work there, they were like, it's best to just get in, and then you will do hospitality later on. Unlike waiting to be cleared from the waiting list, and then you don't get cleared, and then you spend another year being at home, right? Good. So yeah, that's what happened. Raya go UJ, he adumela, and then we signed the forms, study concession, and then 2022 I got enrolled. Perfect. But initially this was not my choice. Initially it was hospitality because I would love to venture into that, but also business is not a bad thing because aspiring businesswoman, right? So yeah, okay, this is a product. I can see before I want to color this one. It's the shade man, camel, shade camel. So yeah, red in Gauteng. I was born like Gauteng, not Soweto, not Kopara, please. I was born and bred in Gauteng. And then I went to Lar hey, Lar school. Oh, Lar school, Piet van Veren, ne? Yes, that's where I schooled girls. That's where I schooled. So I did Afrikaans. Nee. Ja, ek kan praat, maar ek wil nie. Nee. Ek ken Afrikaans, but I know how to speak it because I did it in high school and in primary school. But I don't like doing it. I don't like Weibulela, you know. So yeah, I cannot do Weibulela vibes. That is not the point, girls. And I do not like speaking it. And I have my own reasons. I don't like speaking it. And in Japan, that is it. Yeah, and so I have good news. Okay, let's start with the sad news. So last year, 2024, I applied for what's this? At UJ, I applied to be a UJ SOS rep, right? Yes, that's what I applied for. I had an interview this year online and it wasn't successful, you know, and I got so heartbroken, you know, and got so derailed and so demotivated because the interview was good. Like I could see any question, you know, but I think maybe the problem came with my number of following because you guys don't like to follow. Just follow, just subscribe, you know. Help me build my brand. And I'm also gonna help you because you are gonna learn from me. Yeah, just, you know, but I think that was the reason why I didn't get in. But apart from everything else, I feel and believe that I was a good candidate. Hey, so yeah, I don't think I would not be able to fill that role. Yeah, I believe that I have and had what they needed. It's just that my number of followers on social media was not the number they wanted. They wanted a slightly higher number and I didn't have that. So I obviously couldn't get in because of that, right? Fine. And then I got demotivated for like a while. And then I was like, okay, cool. Let's apply for something else outside of the institution because now I was looking at in the institution to grow within the institution. But God was like, now I want you elsewhere. Fine. A month went by. I applied for Go CTN using SA Youth Mobi, Year Beyond program, something like that, right? It's basically being tutors to grade 3 and 4 learners, right? So I was thinking, extra income, your girl needs it, hey? I really need it, and also I need the experience, you know. Yeah, so I applied. They called me a week later. They like, you're invited for the interview, blah 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 blah. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, we were invited for assessment day first to write tests, you know, all of that. Like test the format, like grade 3 and 4 stuff, basically. So we wrote it, I passed, but it was a bit tricky because there was a long division thingy. What's this? A long division sum, and in a long division I don't know it. I can't be the only one who doesn't know long division. I do not know long division, but I got the answer, but I couldn't do the steps along division. But regardless of that, I got through. Then they called me after. They were like, after the assessment day, they were like, please come for an interview. Fine, ndahamba. I had the interview on the 28th of February. Nah, got 28th of Feb. Nah. And then this is the product. I had an interview on the 28th of February, and then they said it was very nice. The woman was even nice. Just wait. The woman was nice, and she was like, "I'll keep in touch with you." All of that, like, it was so smooth, and I was so positive. It was in person. I was so positive. Oh, no, man, I'm in. Gore ha ke tsene fa ke tsene. And then, then Kadi, they were meant to text WhatsApp on the 3rd of March, I think. If ke gopola pila. Yeah, they had to like text Kadi 3rd of March. And they send you a WhatsApp, basically. They communicate via WhatsApp. So Kadi 3 ke bona how go sing. Bona when they have good news for you, they text in the morning. They WhatsApp you very early. By 8:30 they would have texted. So I see it's 9, no text. I'm getting anxious. Was it unsuccessful? Because that is what is going on in my mind. Or no, maybe it was just unsuccessful. Like, okay, cool. Then got 3 or 2. I text the number the message you're invited for the interview. I'm like, I just wanted to know if there's anything you needed, if the interview was successful. I forgot how I phrased my question, but the person responded, I think 10 minutes later, it was unsuccessful. You are not chosen to be a tutor for this program. Fine. I burst into tears, right? And then I remember I was with my boyfriend that day. Whew, I was with my boyfriend that day. I cried. Because the interview was so good. I literally thought I'm in. Because even the woman kept saying, when we were talking, obviously we have a conversation during the interview, right? So she kept saying, yeah, you'll see, and someone onale under CTA got a job without even going for an interview, just because they saw on their CV they were once a part of CTA, so she was just telling me of the company, etc., etc. So I do not know what went wrong for that interview. I don't know till this day. Yeah, I can't say hey, but I remember crying to my boyfriend. I'm like, babe, I thought I had it. I thought I just thought I was in because of how the woman was talking to me. And my boyfriend was like, it's okay, babe. Maybe it's just not for you. God has bigger plans, something better, something greater. Because now I was under the impression that I'm going to be there. I wanted something that is going to add my experience, if I can put it that way. I wanted something. I forgot to show you this. Something that is going to help me add onto my CV. But God had bigger plans. And then I remember I cried that day, and the next day I didn't even go to class because I was just like, why would God not want to give me this opportunity? Does he feel like I'm not fit for it? What's wrong? I kept asking those things. And then after crying, I soldiered on. I was like, God, you have placed me where I am right now, and you know why. I may not know, I may have different plans, but you have your own plans on my life, and you have a purpose for me that you want me to fulfill, right? And I'm like, with that being said, help me get through this, because it's not easy. I don't understand why you wouldn't give this to me, but make me understand. Give me the strength and all that I need. Equip me with the necessary tools, skills, whatever it is that I need, equip me with those things to be able to soldier on, to move on, and to look beyond all of this. The next day, I went to campus. I remember. Okay, attended class, was still feeling down. And then Kadi 6, much within that same week, Kadi 6, much, I had an event to attend at APB campus. It was an International Women's Day something, right? That was hosted by Sisonke Wellness Foundation and Headstrong Foundation. So I attended that, and I looked so cute, Kire. I just need to like get out of those miserable feelings. Waban, I attend that, and let me tell you. Wait, I need to look at you and I tell you, just wait. Let me tell you, that event was literally life-changing. It changed my perspective, it changed my faith, it changed me. And it will always be something that I take with me and something that I always remember, because I got to learn about my health as a woman, all of those things. But I also got to meet amazing women, amazing, and yeah, I feel like then I got to see, okay, maybe God does have a different plan for me, and I need to embrace that and accept it, because acceptance is so difficult, but I had to accept that and embrace it and understand that God is with me and God has got me, So fine, it was an amazing event. What else? Then after that, I had a conversation with the founder of Sisonke Wellness Foundation, right? I had a conversation with her asking how do I join your foundation, being a volunteer or whatever, any programs that you have that might impact me, that might add on to my experience, that might make me a different person, that might grow me. And then she was like, I should email her. Took the email, fine. On the Friday, I emailed, sent her an email, I forgot, but yeah. And then on the Monday, she responded. She's like, I must fill this form in, application form. I filled it in and I scored an interview on the Wednesday. Yeah, on Wednesday, I had an interview with her online. And it was amazing, it was so great. And she was like, okay, cool, I like you and I want you to be part of my thingy, and it's also gonna help you to gain experience because it's some of the things are related to my course, So the good news is that I am part of the Sisonke Wellness Foundation. Yes, girl. But what I wanted to say to you is that, look, our journeys are different. I could have gotten rejected by UJ and by Sitia, and I could have waited 6 months to get something that I get accepted into, and things could have played out differently. But what was not going to be different is the fact that God is writing this journey, and I have to embrace that and understand that He will never leave nor forsake me, And as much as it was hard and I felt like, what is wrong? What am I doing wrong? Am I not destined for like greatness? I had a lot of questions, but then each time I would have questions, each time I would cry, each time I would feel miserable, something comes back to me and says, but I am God, I am God and I'm not going to leave. And I lived by that, honestly, because Mugwami miyahluleka, but because I praise a living God, He's like, listen, I will not leave nor forsake you. And I know a lot of people are going through a lot. Everybody is going through whatever, and it's so difficult to still keep the faith whereas your whole life has been having to like surrender, having to to like, okay, say, God, do your will. It's very difficult when you know most of the time things are not going your way. But look where I am. In 2021, I had lost, in 2021, yes, I had lost hope, thinking, I won't have a degree, I won't, all of that. But then God was like, I'm writing a totally different story. You wanted to go and experience 1 year of schooling and then maybe wait months or years to have employment. But God was like, I am preparing you for something greater. And in that preparation, He's going to draw you closer to Him. As if we are He's going to draw you closer towards Him by doing all the things that He's doing. Yeah? So yeah, I just came here to give you hope and encouragement to it gets better, Standasam. Like it gets better. Keep the faith. Know that God is still God. Even when it seems like that God is not God, and He is still God. Even when we are feeling as though He is absent, He is still God. I don't want to preach, but I just want you to understand that if I had given up, imagine where I would be. Exactly. So He's still God, and that's what I'm running with. Even if He takes away the very thing that I'm looking to, I'm like, okay, this is where you want me to be, it's fine. He will still be a God of great things, and I feel like this is something, it aligns with me. Like I encourage mental health, people to take care of themselves, all of that, because losing my dad threw me like literally. So yeah, let's hurry up. It's my first time using a brush for concealer, but I think it's more nicer. Let's try it out though. But if there's something you will take from my video and my life, is that God is still God. Okay, a brush is literally so smooth. Why have I not used a brush? Also, I always scared with nje it'll be a lot, but a brush is so smooth. Because what? Just take care of your mental health, babe. Pray as much as you can. Even if you kneel down and you start crying, it's fine. Do that until you get out of that hole or that place that seems like it's just darkness. Do that until you're out of it, Yes. And just always say good things to yourself. I think also speaking positively helps me. Like speaking positively even when I'm going through the shit. Excuse the language. But it helps me, okay, let me speak positively. And you end up attracting that positive, So just do that. Uzame, and also speak to people. Talk to people. Being alone, isolating doesn't help. It adds, It's not easy speaking to people. I for one don't like doing it because I feel like I'm being a baggage, but that's when you learn how to work on yourself and fully heal and so teta nabantu, ask for help where you are feeling like where you're struggling, because don't bottle things up. Don't do that. This is how I look, and I had to finish off camera because time is not on my side. I was preparing. I didn't even set a timer. If I had set a timer, then it would be better, but I didn't do that. But this is how I look. I like it. Today there's a bit of color on my face, which you rarely see that, with my eyes and all of that. But I like it, and I'll show you the full outfit. Let me just finish up getting dressed and then I'll show it to you guys. So yeah, should I say thank you now? Yeah, I think I should, right? Oh, I like my teeth, except this one. I just need to get braces to like straighten that one, but otherwise they're so small and so cute. But yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Please do subscribe, do comment, and yeah, follow the Sisonke Wellness Foundation on TikTok, on Instagram. Yeah, and that's all from me, I think. But also, like, please just take care of yourself, of your mental health, your physical health, your well-being in general, and don't be scared to let go of people that no longer serve you. You know, don't hold on to relationships because you're so afraid of being alone. You know, don't do that. So this is how I look. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, and yeah, follow me on TikTok, on Instagram, and on Facebook. It's the same everywhere. Boitumelo underscore Lee Busha, right? So LEEBUSHA. Busha, signing out.